In the immortal words of Spinal Tap, give me some money. Yeah, join me today as we go to the post office for a potentially lucrative trip to the post office. Also, because you enjoyed it so much, and I'm pretty sure you did, don't say you didn't, when we walked around Tihola train station, I thought today we'd pop into Seron train station, have a look around there. And also, I've got some anecdotes from the recent Royal Enfield One Ride that I'd like to share with you. So, Buddy's ready, I'm ready, let's go and get some money. Right, so yeah, why is this trip to the post office potentially lucrative? Well, like a lot of you I imagine, at some point, some 20 odd years ago, I got talked into starting a private pension, which I fairly soon afterwards parked because I couldn't afford it. And yeah, unlike me, that pension was set to mature when I reached 55 years of age, which I now have. So basically, I'm off to post off the forms that I need to send in to get the payout. Now, because I didn't keep the pension going for very long, it's not a lot of money, but you know, it's nice to have. So yeah, it's a lucrative trip for the money that I'm going to get. It's definitely worth an extra trip to the post office. So we'll just pop in here and send these forms off, and that'll be awesome, and then we'll head off to Serón. Look at this, what a bunch of tight asses. So they've had my money for like 20 plus years to invest and lose again multiple times, and when it comes time to fill out the payout forms, they don't even send a stamped addressed envelope. So I had to supply my own envelope and a stamp. Unbelievable. Right, I suppose I better take my helmet off before going in. You know, given my previous history for robbing banks, the people behind the counter might get nervous if I go in with the helmet on. So bear with, we'll just go and get this job done. Right, so that's that little job done. Now we can head off to Serón. Let's go. So yeah, as we head into Serón now, I'll just tell you a little bit more about the recent Royal Enfield One Ride, which I didn't get around to mentioning in that video. Yeah, I actually had my first experience of being famous. I don't know if you could tell in the video, but anyway, when we all met at the shop, I just kept my helmet on the whole time, and when we got to the first stop, that was the first time I took my helmet off. Obviously I took my helmet off to get the camera off, to sort the camera out, because it had been playing up. So I was focused on getting the helmet off, getting the camera off and sorting that out. And as soon as I took my helmet off, I think at least 3 people put their arms up in the air and said, "Economical rides, economical rides. Have you got a sticker for me?" So yeah, it turns out I have got some fans over here in Spain, which I didn't know about. So that was a little bit embarrassing, but also I suppose nice as well. But yeah, I wasn't prepared for that at all. I was kind of focused on getting my camera sorted so that we'd get some video for part 2 of the ride. So yeah, that was that. So I'm mildly famous in these parts now. That's good to hear. Another little amusing anecdote was that the guy with the red and chrome classic 350, Bogdan, lovely guy, he was one of the people that came up to me, and right as soon as he recognised me, and he said, "Oh, I bought the classic 350 in red and chrome after watching your videos. I saw your bike and I thought, yeah, that's it, that's what I've got to get." And it was funny actually, because I said to him, well, funnily enough, before we left the shop, I saw your bike and I thought that could actually be my old bike. So I did actually go and have a look at the number plate to make sure that it wasn't, and it wasn't. And Bogdan replied, "Yeah, actually I was going to buy your bike, I wanted to buy your bike, but I hadn't passed my test at the time, so there wasn't really much point." So presumably by the time he passed his test, my bike had already been sold. But yeah, there you go, it was funny. It's most enjoyable to discover that I have some viewers over here in Spain. It's very windy today, so I'm riding extra slowly so that hopefully the audio is okay. It's just blustery with gusts up to nearly 50 miles an hour today. And it's been like that really for a week or so, so I haven't been out at all again this week until now, just because the weather's been rubbish, mainly the wind. But today we've also got some rain as well, which is nice. So yeah, we'll just drop into Seron station and have a little mooch about down there, and then I'll head home and get Ruby her sausage. So this will be another short one. Oh yeah, on the One Ride as well, I did arrange to test ride their Gorilla 450, and 4 days later I did actually get to ride the Gorilla, so those videos should be coming soon. So that was all a Brucey bonus. Managed to get that in the can. So here we are now. As you can see here as well, they've turned the railway line into a walkway. Let's go up and pay the station a little visit. So there's Buddy looking awesome. Now let's have a walk about. Oh, check this out. That's got to be a backdrop for saddlebags, hasn't it? We'll do that later. Awesome. So a little bit of the track still there. An old level crossing just there. So, and this appears to be the planetarium of Seron. That's quite interesting, isn't it? A couple more railway buildings on the left, and the station up ahead on the right. Right, now this is quite interesting. This is one of the loaders. So this is where iron ore would have arrived on little wagons, and they came down on cables from Las Menas. And basically the it's like a cable car arrangement, but just with little wagons containing the iron ore. So that would all arrive here. I imagine that's where the turning point was, the terminus of the whole cable car arrangement. Yeah, then it was all kind of dumped here, ready to be loaded onto the trains, which then took it, usually I would imagine, to Almería port, where they had the carbureting glaze, which you can see here, which loaded it onto ships. And one of the main destinations for the iron ore from this region was actually Glasgow. So there you go. So this is one of 3 loaders that they have here. I'll show you the other one on the way home. And the third one, I'm not sure where that is, but I think it's still around. It's probably more in that direction. So there you go, that's a little bit of industrial architecture for you. Quite interesting. I'll see if I can find a picture of it from its heyday, and if I can, I'll flash it up for you. Seems to have been renovated, the same as the station. They did used to have a restaurant bar here, but that closed. I think that probably got finished off by COVID. I'm not sure, but that might have been in here. Oh yeah, look at this. There's even a turntable at the end here. Awesome. So yeah, I guess that's where they would park up. There you go. That's where they could have spun them around. Excellent. So let's cross the track. Make sure there aren't any trains coming. I think we should be on the safe side. And go and have a look at the station. So that's where the track ends now. Yeah, so quite an interesting station, this one, because it was one of the main loading points for the iron ore that came down from Las Menas. So yeah, there's a little bit more hardware lying around from back then. I imagine this was the next stop after Tijola, as far as I can tell this was. So Tijola station we've already briefly visited. This is the platform at Seron, dedicated to the engineer Don Gustavo Gilman Bové, in recognition of his contribution, industrial and cultural, for his contribution to the economic and social situation in Serón and the Valley of Almanzora, 1889 to 1922. There you go. So he didn't live to be very old, did he? What's that? 32, 33 years. Yeah, not very old at all. But yeah, as you can see, it's all been kind of renovated, kept well maintained, and the old railway line is now used as a very long walk through the valley. So, and here at the end, as usual, the same as in Tijola, we have the toilet block. Here we have a little drinking fountain. There you go. Yeah, very nice little station, this one. Definitely worth a visit if you're into that sort of thing. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little mooch around Seron railway station. I haven't been up here for a very long time actually. I think it hadn't even been tarted up the last time I came up here, so yeah, it's looking quite smart now. So I'm off back to Buddy. Briefly on the way home, I'll quickly film the second loader for you, which I pass on my way home, and then I'll be off home to get Ruby her sausage. So yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Oh no, look at this, Buddy's getting wet. Whatever next? We can't be having that. So I just got my shot for Saddlebag 73's bikes and backdrops. Look at that, a whole load of skulls. That takes some beating, I'll bet. Nice. Right, well, as promised, here's the second loader. Now the train track actually runs through there. That's a tunnel, so presumably the cables came in at the top, and the ore was just tipped in, and the train was parked underneath and picked it all up, I guess. Looks like how it worked. Anyway, I've actually walked along this part of the track, and you can actually walk through there, so yeah, it's quite interesting. Another big bit of industrial architecture for you. Right, now I'm off home. The rain's stopped. It was only a brief shower. I'm off home now to get Ruby that sausage. Let's go. So Ruby, because Daddy came into a little bit of money, I've decided to get you one of those expensive sausages. So today you're gonna get a bratwurst. Oh, hey, hang on a minute. She's buggered off with it. Oh yeah, bratwurst. Liking this. Oh, it's a nice one. Oh, oh yeah. Get your teeth on that. Cracking job. Oh, nice bratwurst. Oh, I like being rich, Dad. Nice one.